Committee on Parole is called to order today. It's Thursday, March 16th, 10 o'clock a.m. My name is Brandon Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Marabella, Mr. Freeman. Our staff supports DOC, the DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge. Our remote location is West Baton Rouge. Is there staff for support in the room there at West Baton Rouge? Can you hear me? West Baton Rouge.
Good morning.
Good morning. Get staff and support. Please introduce yourself. Is there staff in the room there at West Baton Rouge?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Warden Jude at West Baton Rouge Detention Center.
Thank you, Ward. All right, ready for our first case. Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Albert Collins, 501002.
All right, Albert. My name is Brandon Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Marabella. Mr. Freeman will be your panel. We're here for a parole revocation hearing. I'll ask you some rule violations. You plead guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement. We'll to ask some questions. You can respond at the end. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
You have Caroline Franklin and Shannon Campbell that are here. They are supporting you. They're here. They'll speak at the appropriate time. Do you have a parole revocation questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir.
That's your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you read and write?
Yes, sir.
All right. Albert Collins, DOC number 501002. Rule number 2. You've never submitted a monthly supervision report since being placed on supervision. How do you plead?
Guilty with a statement.
Okay. It is alleged that you are involved in criminal activity based on your arrest by the Addis Police Department on 5/26/2022 for domestic abuse battery felony. On 1/3/2023, the pending charge of domestic abuse battery first offense strangulation was continued without date with prescription. WBR #221363. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
And number 10, you're currently in arrears $500.
Guilty with a statement.
All right, go ahead and make your statement on the first.
On the first one, I'm guilty because I didn't submit the monthly report, but I was personally confused when I signed up for probation. It was during COVID time. I thought I just signed up and I thought that I was supposed to be waiting for my parole officer to contact me and meet my parole officer and all that. Then when I was supposed to come back to probation and parole, I wasn't, even though I was aware, but I wasn't aware. I should have been aware because it said it on the writing and the thing that I signed that I was supposed to do.
Now, hadn't you been on parole before or supervision before?
Yeah, it had been a while.
Well, I mean, you just forgot.
No, it was COVID time. I didn't know that they even wanted me to come
Well,
up
I mean,
there
I'm
like
just
that.
saying you've been on supervision before. I just asked you my God. Okay, so you saying
That's why I'm pleading guilty and taking responsibility for that.
all right, and tell me about the this charge. Has it been resolved yet? It says still pending.
They continue without date. I don't know why they didn't just dismiss it. The DA talked to the victim. The judge talked to the victim. She told him the truth, that she lied, that she was never abused. She also wrote a statement, had it notarized and delivered that to probation and parole. I flat out am completely innocent of the charge. I've never laid a hand
I mean,
on
how that happen then? What happened? How did the police show up? And so, I mean, how does that just out the blues thing just happen?
No, I come home from work. She wasn't there yet. She come home after that. First of all, we found out later that she has mental issues that we didn't know at the time. So her mom asks me to come outside to talk to her by myself. Her mom talks to me. She had just got her food stamps that day. Her mom tells me, don't let Charlene, make sure Charlene don't send none of these food stamps or whatever. So when I come back in the house, Charlene automatically has an attitude. She's really mad because she feels like me and her mother was trying to undermine her ability to take care of business. We got into a argument small over a TV remote. She flashed out. She started calling names and all that. I told her, I was like, man, you need to stop all that bitch ass shit. She took it as if I was calling her out her name. She storms out the door, runs down to my mama's house, tell my mama all kind of foolishness. My mom comes down there. She's like, what's going on? What you doing this? I'm like, man, I ain't did her nothing. My mom tells me, grab my stuff. First, I was just grabbing like my cigarettes and stuff and go to my mom's house, wait till things cool down and come back home. She started talking, cussing and all that again. I grabbed her by her shoulder to turn her around because she was facing the other way. When I turned around, she just turned around and started swinging with a belt. I'm really actually the one who was abused. Now, at no time did I ever lay a hand on her. I went after that, went to the back room. I started grabbing stuff, my clothes and stuff, start packing it in the bag because now I'm going for good. I ain't even fooling with this. I left, went to my mom's house. 4 or 5 hours later, here come the police talking about, she said I hit her and I did all this other stuff. Later on, she comes clean and tells the district attorney, tells the judge, tells the parole officer, writes statements and everything, letting them know that it wasn't true. What she wrote on a police report wasn't true. I feel like
that happens all the time. We hear that all the time. I mean, you're not the only person telling us. Everybody that comes up with a domestic abuse tells the exact same thing. What's the difference in what you say?
The mind is the truth. That's why they continue to outdate. I want to take it to trial because I'm not pleading guilty to something I didn't do. I don't want this on my record at all. I've never laid my hand on a woman in my entire life. In the 38 years I've been on earth, I've never even had a fight with my sister.
What's your relationship with Charlene right now?
None. We'll have no relationship now. I'm ready to go home, go back to work. I got my job still willing to give me my job back and raise my son from my previous marriage. And that's where I'm at in life right now.
You got any kids?
I got a kid with my previous marriage, my wife, Melissa Simpson.
With Charlene?
With Charlene, no. She has 4 children of her own that I was helping her with.
What about your what kind of work you were doing?
I work at Brian's Furniture in Port Allen. I make mailboxes and put out mailboxes at people's houses and yard. We deliver mailboxes and move furniture, basically labor work, but specifically I'm a mailbox guy.
All right, we'll hear from Miss Carolyn Franklin. Miss Carolyn, you like to make a statement? All right, let's hear from Shannon Campbell then. Take off a mute.
Okay. I was a landlord, and Charlene actually admitted to me that she lied about the domestic abuse. She was mad at him, and I've never had any problems with him. He even paid her back rent to keep her from being evicted because she was having some kind of crisis at the time, and I had to call him out because we kind of felt like she was going to harm herself that day. So, because she kept saying things about she didn't want to live, she didn't care about her kids. So we stayed with her for about an hour to calm her down and talk to her. And he contacted her mother to make sure that somebody followed up. But
Okay.
Charlene, she continuously lied about everything. So it didn't surprise me that she lied about that.
Does she still live close to him?
Not that I know what. She doesn't live on my property anymore.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Charlene who?
I can get her.
I got it. All right, would you like to make a statement on your behalf, Albert?
I mean, I would just like to state that I'm innocent of the crime. I'm just trying to go work and continue my life and be I'm just trying to do right, live my life and go forward and move on forward from this. I don't feel like being incarcerated is gonna help me at all, especially being innocent. I'm ready to just go back to work and move forward in my life. I don't.
All right, found fair to vote. I'll vote first. Well, Albert, you know, when you get on probation, I mean, here's the problem that I got. You get on probation, and you know you're supposed to be reporting to your parole officer, and you don't, because look, you've been on supervision multiple times. No excuse for that. You should be reporting every time. Okay.
I take responsibility for that.
I got you, but I'm just saying, you got to report every time. Okay.
I was just a little confused with the COVID protocol.
Okay. But you're right. I read through the report. I'm not really sure about the charge, but I am concerned about you. But look, you out there trying to do right. So I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to vote do not revoke, but I want you to, this is what I want you to do. I want you to attend the DBOP class. It's a domestic violence class. It's going to help you out regardless. It's on the street, domestic violence class. I want you to attend that, complete it. I want you to have no contact with Charlene Sorrell, none, no contact.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to report to your PO weekly for the first 60 days.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't do that, you come back to jail, you come back to jail. That's my vote, only one person, but that's my vote for today. Do not revoke it with those stipulations. Mr. Marabella.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Collins, I've looked at the report and, I believe that maybe there were some issues with Ms. Sorrell, but it tells me something about you, that you've not got good judgment in the women that you hang around with. And I think that DVOP program that Mr. Kelsey is suggesting is an excellent program for you, because I think it'll give you some insight as to how you go about choosing your relationships. My vote likewise would be not to revoke, but for you to complete that DVOP program. Good luck to you.
Mr. Freeman.
I concur with what they said, but I'll add the condition that you will put on electronic monitoring for 6 months at the cost of the state. Want to make sure you stay away from that lady.
Yes, sir.
You understand the stipulations?
Yes, sir.
3 votes to do not revoke. This is your last chance here. Do not revoke. You have to complete DBOP. You have to report weekly to your PO. You can't have contact with Charlene Sorrell, and your electronic monitor at the cost of the state for 6 months. Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.